First this evening, number 3, Reese Dixon. Reese was a part of the 2023 Track League Championship team. We'd like to give a special thanks to his mom and his dad for pushing him, and to his teammates for pushing him to be his best. Reese's plans next fall are to attend college and hopefully continue to play basketball. Ladies and gentlemen, Reese Dixon. Number 5, Nate Gardner. Nate would like to give a special thank you to his coaches for everything that they have done on and off the court, and his plans next fall are to attend Elkhorn State for construction management. Ladies and gentlemen, number 5, Nate Gardner. Our next senior is number 4, Reed Martin. Reed is an honor roll student who's been a Mustang of the Month and has earned the Dedicated Junior Athlete Award. Special thank you to his parents for supporting him, to his teammates for being his best friends, and to his coaches for helping him to be the man that he is today. Reed plans to attend SUNY Cortland to study biomedical science and to play baseball. Ladies and gentlemen, number 4, Reed Martin. Number 23, Anthony Morrow. Anthony's an honor roll student, a member of NHS, 3 junior scholarships. He's a Livingston County Teen Week Presidential Award winner, and he's had perfect attendance. Special thank you to his parents for supporting him, his coaches for always being there and pushing him to do his best, and to his brother for always supporting him. Anthony's plans next year are to attend college for business. Number 23, Anthony Morrow. And last but not least, number 2, Zayden Vandermy Blackman. Zayden was first team Class B defensive back in football. He was an Eddie Meade Senior All-Star participant, and he was the MVP of the Keshequa basketball tournament this year. Special thanks to his mom and dad for helping him to get to practices, to his coaches for pushing him to his limits and always being there for him, to his teammates for supporting him, his teammates he calls family, and to this community and the surrounding communities and to our school district, a special thank you for supporting him and his family through his recent battle. He really appreciates it. His plans next year are to attend college for PT or sports management and to play football. Number 22, Zayden Vandermy Blackman. Could my wife maybe take a picture, please? Ladies and gentlemen, this is an outstanding group of individuals. As you may or may not heard, I read something about Zayden. It's really amazing what teammates can do for one another and the way that they can uplift one another. And even through recent adversity, what they're capable of overcoming. It's really outstanding, and I think at the end of the day, nothing against Bath, we hope to win, but what they're realizing by being a member of a sports team and having the bond with one another and helping each other out, that supersedes any victories that occur. So please, a round of applause for these seniors. You're good. Thanks.
Well, God bless you and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever and however you might be tuning in high school basketball tonight on DMSN, the Dansville Mustangs Sports Network. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the regular season winding down as both of these two teams have only one remaining game left, and yeah, we're starting to think about sectional time. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Senior Night at the Corral, where a handful of Dansville seniors were honored prior to tonight's game. Reese Dixon, Reed Martin, Nate Gardner, Anthony Morrow, and Zayden Van Dermy Blackman. And, of course, the seniors on the Haverling side of things, Ezra Hode, along with Bryce Jarbo, the only two seniors on John Van Sciver's team, as the Haverling Rams enter the Corral tonight to take on the Dansville Mustangs in boys basketball. JV game went to the Haverling Rams, who went on a rampage late in the first half and opened up a big lead and wound up with a 51-36 victory in the opener here tonight. We'll have more on that at halftime. As for these two teams, we start thinking about the Class B1 sectionals, which are right around the corner, actually. And if the sectionals were to open tonight, Dansville would be the number 6 seed and would host, believe it or not, rival Wayland Cohocton, who is the 11 seed. As for the Haverling Rams, they currently at 6-12 are the number 8 seed. They would be hosting the number 9 seed, who is the Waterloo Tigers. So, before we can even speculate any further on that, well, both of these teams still have 2 games to play, one of them in Livingston County Division I, and that is this ball game tonight. And, of course, the Haverling Rams will be taking on Livonia on Tuesday night, and, of course, Dansville will be hosting Avon. Let us salute those who have served, are serving, and will serve with our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang there, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
So we salute America. Not sure who the
Another hand for junior Wyatt Swift.
So our congratulations, our thanks.
Now, introducing your starters.
Now let's check the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. The Haverling Rams, first of all. They will open with Ezra Hode, a senior at one guard. Mike Binkowski,
Number 10,
a junior at
Spencer Wheeler.
one of the other guards.
Number 12,
Spencer Wheeler, one of the forwards. He is a junior.
24,
Larry
Price.
Duncan and Gavin Price. And
They are coached by
John Van
Scott.
Sciver, the Haverling Rams, coming in with a record of 6-12, coming off a setback at the hands of Mornell, 72-51 in their last outing. Senior lineup tonight for Dansville, for the most part, at least 4 out of 5. Reese Dixon, Reed Martin, of course, the other forward. Nate Gardner at one of the guards.
Number 15,
Ivan Wolf-Mialki, the token junior out there tonight. And at one of the forwards, Anthony Morrow, tonight for the Dansville Mustangs, coached by Dave Moody. are 8-10, coming off a setback here against Livonia the other night by a final score of 56-51. Our referees and our officials tonight, Ken Caporal and Matt Elvin. Dansville moving from left to right in their home white jerseys with black numerals and a touch of red on those uniforms. And the Haverling Rams in their royal blue road jerseys with white numerals trimmed in black. So Larry Duncan steps in, jumping up against Reese Dixon. And ladies and gentlemen, high school basketball is underway at the Corral tonight, and Ezra Hode comes away with it for the Rams. Look out, Mr. Official. Michael Binkowski directing traffic out there. The two JV officials actually sticking around for the varsity game tonight, and with the shortage of officials, I think that's a pretty good idea. Right side, Binkowski with it in the right side corner. Ball's taken away out front. Nate Gardner ahead. Reed Martin cutting to the hole, shooting and scoring, and Dansville on the board first with a transition bucket at the 7:28 mark. Lead this one 2-0. Double team pressure at midcourt. Left side corner, they try to dump it down low to Duncan. Back out front, Price with the outside J, can't get the roll. And it will be Rams basketball underneath as Ivan Wolf-Mayalki and Larry Duncan battled underneath for that one. Hode looking to get it in for John Van Sciver squat. Underneath, shot up off the window, no good, but a whistle and a foul. And it is going to be on Ivan Wolf-Mayalki. So Duncan, the junior forward, parades to the free throw line, trying to tie this one up, and nails the first one. Lawrence Duncan makes it a 2-1 ball game. And shooting for the tie, got them both. Oh, all knotted up at 2, a minute into this ball game. Nate Gardner, across midcourt. Dansville with a little bit of depth with Brady Henshin coming up from the JVs tonight, the sophomore forward. On top, Reese Dixon. Wolf-Mayalki looking down, and Martin. Ivan along the baseline, back out front again, 10 on the shot clock. Wolf-Mayalki for 3, no good. Tipped out front, fresh shot clock for Reese Dixon. Reese double teamed, bottled up, forces the shot up, but traveled beforehand. So, did a little dance, make a little love, get down. What was that, Casey and the Sunshine Band? There we go. Doesn't that make your back ache, right? Midcourt on the right-hand side. Gavin Price, ball deflected away, and Dansville comes away with it off the turnover. And the question here is, can Dave Moody's team take advantage of the turnover? On top, Nate Gardner working the basketball, leaves it for Martin, who has the lone 2 points of the night for Dansville. Ball knocked away, but had a little help, and it's Ezra Hode who reached in on that one, his first personal, team's first. First time these two teams met back on the 24th of January. Dansville emerged victorious in the Southern Tier, 64-50. Left side corner, ball knocked away and taken away by Gavin Price. Binkowski up the floor with it for the Rams. Has a little trouble with Nate Gardner's pressure momentarily. He swings it left side now, and Spencer Wheeler trying to force it down low. Martin takes it away. Ahead to Nate Gardner, cuts underneath, whistle and a foul. Tackle at the 5-yard line. I believe it was Ezra Hode again, and that is his second. So we'll see if John Van Sciver heads to the bench this early in the game. So Nate Gardner on the free throw line. 5:53 showing in the first, trying to untie this ball game. Deuces up. And the senior nails the first one, so Dansville grabs the lead back. And checking into the mix, McLean Wright, junior guard, So Wright in, Hode out. And Gardner gets 1 of 2. Larry Duncan. And now Binkowski off the miss. Reese Dixon underneath. Martin cuts to the hole, shoots, and scores. So Dansville with another transition bucket from Reese Dixon to Reed Martin, and it's a 5-2 Mustang lead. In the paint, Duncan, give and go. Price, no good. Rebound, Ivan, outlet left side. Dixon across the paint, has the shot knocked away. Wright ahead on the right-hand side, and Gardner takes it away. Dansville with a man advantage in the forecourt. Gardner penetrates anyway and draws the foul. Gavin Price whistled on that one. That's Haverling's 3rd team foul, and Nate Gardner once again on the free throw line with 5:07 showing in this first quarter. Dansville by 3 with a chance to add to that right here in the first, and can't get the first one to go. After taking a look at the potential sectional brackets, looks like in Class B1 as they misfire on both of them. Gardner in the left side corner back out front. The first 3 teams in Class B1 will get a bye. And at this point in time, it doesn't look like either one of these 2 teams will be one of those teams that will earn a bye. They will be in action the first round. Short jumper in the paint for Reese Dixon draws the foul. And if it is Gavin Price, that would be his 2nd personal. So Reese Dixon on the free throw line with 4:44 showing and rattles the first one in. So a 6-2 Dansville advantage. And checking in, Andrew Gardner. Not sure if he's any relation to Nate or not. But Gardner will check in, and Price checks out, so John Van Sciver's team with some early foul trouble, and Dansville gets 1 of 2. Duncan again with the rebound out front on top. Wheeler facing the pressure of Reed Martin. Right side takes it to the baseline. Underneath Duncan, whistling a foul down low. I believe it was Reese Dixon on the, no, it was Ivan Wolf-Mayalki. That's his 2nd. So Caleb Knapp in, and Ivan sets. 6-2 ball game, Dansville by 4, 4.5 left to play. Ball knocked away by Nate Gardner, taken away. Gardner, coast to coast, shooting and scoring on the other end. So Gardner with a steal and the deuce at 4:18, and it's 8-2. Dansville with a lead. Out front, Wheeler gives it up on top, right. Binkowski now, outside the arc. Looking for something to develop down low, and they bring it back out front. Timeout, Haverling. 4:02 left to play here on the Dansville Mustang Sports Network. You're watching boys basketball. Your score, Dansville 8, the Haverling Rams 2. Gotten a note earlier tonight that the game up on the hill between the Livonia and Wayland Cohocton girls JV game was canceled because Wayland Cohocton, some injuries and illness left them with not enough JV players, so they're only playing 1 varsity game tonight. JV girls final tonight sound more like the score of the Super Bowl game, 26-22 Dansville. Winning the JV matchup against Haverling down in the Steuben County seat in the Southern Tier. We'll try and keep you posted on what's going on with the varsity girls at this point in time. They've got to be underway by now, I would guess. So Nate Gardner taking it across midcourt. Dansville by a half dozen at 8-2. Martin It's good between games to not only see the senior night performance, but also the Dansville Mini Mustangs. Gardner with a shot, +1. 2 +1, the foul on Larry Duncan. And Gardner with a 2 +1 floater in the paint with 3:34 left to play here in this first quarter. Extends the lead. And rims out the free throw. 10-2, Dansville by 8. Back on top. 3.5 left, Binkowski. Looks to the left-hand side, so both teams having some early foul trouble in this ball game. Left side, and Morrow on the reach-in. Whistle for his first. Dansville with Ivan Wolf-Mayalki with 2, Anthony Morrow with 1 for Haverling. Ezra Hode and Gavin Price with 2 each, and Larry Duncan with 1. Wheeler gets it in out front. Binkowski gives it up on the left, or Wright gives it up on the left. Wheeler misfires, and McLean Wright elevates in the lane, no good. Reed Martin with a rebound, hustling it up the floor. He's going coast to coast for the shot and the score. Reed Martin with 6 here in this first period. And with 2:56 left, it's a 12-2 Dansville lead. However, I have a funny feeling the Mustangs won't get very comfortable with that. Brad Morrow ends up with the basketball on the bench, especially after what happened in that Leroy game. Dansville had themselves a double-digit lead early in that one and saw it slip away. Also, the girls, same idea against Hornell when they led 14-3. Anthony Morrow shot blocked. Bryce Jarbo, who was just checked in, comes up with the block shot for the Rams. Reese Dixon puts it back in play with 2.5 left. Dixon over the top, running one-hander in the paint, can't get it to drop, whistle and a foul out front. Mike Binkowski on the reach-in, and Reese Dixon on the line with 2:32 showing on the timer. Dansville by 10. Dixon gets the first one to drop. Reese with 2 in the ball game. Dansville coming off a 56-51 loss to Livonia the other night. Reese gets them both, and it's now 14-2 in favor of the Mustangs. Forecourt on the left. Wright returns it on top. Wheeler directing traffic. Wright outside the arc for 3. Got it. So McLean Wright buries one off the bench. With 2:12 remaining, it's in a 14-5 game as the Rams try to make their comeback. Reed Martin along the baseline, forced on the baseline, and the ball goes over to the Rams. Gavin Price back, Evan Hode back, or Ezra Hode back. 2-minute warning here in the first quarter. Left-hand side, double team at midcourt, and Binkowski takes it across the stripe. Right, outside the arc on the left, high post pass. Price in the paint, relinquishes it out front. Binkowski lost it into the Dansville bench with a little help from Nate Gardner. Basketball back in bounds for the Rams with 19 on the shot clock, 1:42 on the game clock in this first quarter. Reed Martin got him with the body, his first personal. Dansville's 4th team foul. Ezra Hode will put it back in play near midcourt by Dave Moody's bench. Price, cross-court pass on the left. It's Wright, who just hit that 3. High post look, quick touch pass. Hode along the baseline, feeds Price in the paint, shot no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds, saved back in, but no. Caleb Knapp, who was just checked in for Dave Moody, foot on the baseline. And now Jake Criley in Anthony Morrow out. So Hode will put the ball back in play. Bounce pass underneath. Price backs his way in. Left-hand hook off the window, no good. Knapp collects the rebound, leaves it for Gardner. Gardner racing up the middle of the floor for Dansville. Reese Dixon, alley-oop pass picked off, intended for Reed Martin, and Gardner steals it away at midcourt. Larry Duncan looking to get back into the Rams lineup with less than a minute to play here now. Knapp, left side corner, it's Criley. Criley has the ball knocked away. Hode looking to go coast to coast off the steal, shot no good. Rebound to Criley. Ahead Gardner. Forecourt, it's Dixon for two. Good ball moving that time by Dansville with 36 seconds left to go. The lead is back to 11. Right side corner. Jarbo gets it down low and Price into the paint out front. Left side, McLean again down low with 19 showing on the clock, 16 on the shot clock. Hode shot no good. Criley with a rebound, and Dansville will get to take the final shot here this first period if they wish, and it looks like they will with 5. Gardner, right side, it's Criley. Gardner, right side corner at the buzzer, no good. We've come to the end of one here on DMSN, the Dansville Mustang Sports Network. You're watching boys basketball. Your score through 8 minutes of play here at the Corral. The Dansville Mustangs 16, the Haverling Rams 5. Quarter action set to get underway here on DMSN, the Dansville Mustang Sports Network. Hope you'll join us on Tuesday night for our final regular season broadcast as the Avon Riverhawks are in town to take on Dansville. Pre-game show about 6:30-ish or so. Hope you'll join us then. Left side wing, Caleb Knapp looking down low. Dansville an 11-point lead. Ball picked off out front by McLean Wright. Rams trying to climb the hill, down by 11 here in quarter number 2. Dansville in a 2-3 zone, left side wing. Duncan bounce pass underneath. Price blocked by Dixon, but got him with a body. So Reese Dixon picks up his first, and Price will go to the line. About 30 seconds into this second quarter, Dansville by 11, and Gavin Price looking for his first points in the night, and gets them. So he nails the first one. Dansville outscoring the Rams 16-5 in that first quarter, but went only 44% from the free throw line. 4 of 9. 1 of 2, Duncan, fouled by Caleb Knapp, and Duncan's going to go to the line. So 16-6. And here 3 seconds later, the Rams are on the stripe again. 10-point ball game, and Larry Duncan, who nailed both free throws in the first quarter, is 3 for 3 from the line now. And it's a 16-7 ball game. Inside that magic double-digit deficit. And he gets 3 of 4, and Ezra Hode chases it down in the right side corner, a 16-7 game. Ball knocked away out front. Hode takes it along the baseline, fires the pass along the baseline, and winds up in the front row down there, where the cheerleaders at times sit. Deb Rivera's squad will be in action again this weekend, we understand, so our best wishes there. So Nate Gardner across midcourt, 9-point Dansville lead, leaves it for Criley outside the arc on the right. And now Gardner from downtown, no good. Ivan Wolf-Mayalki spins in the paint, shoots the right-hand hook, and gets it to drop. So Ivan, with his first bucket after suffering some first quarter foul trouble, makes it an 18-7 game in favor of the red and black. Down low, ball tipped away off of the fingertips of Mike Binkowski. And Dave Moody gets his hand on the game ball. I remember when Dave was still playing. So across midcourt, Mustangs, Reese Dixon gets help from Gardner in the corner. And now high post pass. Instead of the bounce pass, McLean takes away the pass out front. Left side corner, it's Duncan with Criley, or check it with Mayalki on him. Right side wing, Binkowski on the baseline has the ball knocked away by Nate Gardner. Varsity girls action. After one period of play, Dansville 6, Haverling 2. Time to bring Mariano Rivera in and get the save. From way downtown, no good. Price, baseline right. Draws the foul on Mayalki. That's his third. Price will go to the line. Mayalki will sit back down. Caleb Knapp will check back in when time allows. 6:09 left. And Price misfires on the first one. Knapp in. Mayalki out. Dave Moody got to be happy that he brought Brady Henshin up tonight. Can't get either one to go. He may certainly need him. So they don't get either or. It's an 18-7 game. Dixon trying to exploit the baseline. Stops, pulls back out. No good on the three-point attempt. Martin kicks the rebound back out front, and Nate Gardner starts the offense again for Dansville. Martin looking to penetrate, ball knocked away, taken away. Duncan for the Rams in the forecourt, looking for a guard and finds Mike Binkowski. Hode looking underneath. Back out front, Duncan reverses it left side, and on top it's McLean right. High post bounce pass, Duncan with a left hand, no good. Criley with a rebound for Dansville. Gardner in the forecourt. Left side penetrating. Back out front, Criley returns it to Gardner. And now Criley left alone. No good. Basketball goes Haverling's way with 5:07 left. Checking in for the Rams now, Spencer Wheeler is back. Mike Binkowski gets a breather on John Van Sciver's bench. Dansville with an 18-7 lead as we play quarter number 2 with 5 minutes left to play. Left side, McLean. Left side corner, it's Duncan. Bounce pass kicked away by Caleb Knapp. Caleb still has a little bit of that football left in him, must be. So the ball comes back in. Spencer Wheeler, the junior guard, out front on top. McLean right, loads the gun, and no good. Rebound in the paint. Reese Dixon off and running for the Mustangs up the middle of the floor. Offensive foul, and Hode draws the charge on Reese Dixon, and now Reese with his second. And Dave Moody gets Brady Henshin up off the bench. And timeout Mustangs. 4:45 left to play here in the first half. You're watching boys basketball on DMSN, the Dansville Mustangs Sports Network. With your score, Dansville 18, Haverling 7. The ball game was good to see Jay Gregorius over there, the new owner and president of the Dansville Gliders baseball team. I had mentioned to him today with the 60-degree temperatures we had out there, we could have been out there playing on the diamond. Could have been playing this game out in the parking lot. So, Dansville JV girls victorious 26-22, and it sounds like the varsity is going to be one of those too. Mike Birmingham informed us that the first quarter score was 6-2. Must be they're conserving the offense. Rams get the basketball in. Dansville with an 11-point lead here at the Corral. Dansville will close their season out at home next Tuesday against Rob Free's Avon Riverhawks. From downtown, Gavin Price bangs it off the window. Hode gets the offensive boards for the Rams. Clean right, three feeds it. Duncan on the baseline right, muscles his way down low, can't get the shot to drop. Rebound out front, Spencer Wheeler. Leaves it for Price. Price, right side dribble drive, gets down on the baseline, double teamed, has the ball knocked away. Loose ball picked up by Knapp, forecourt right side. Brady Henshin cutting to the hole, shooting and draws the foul. As riding him all the way was Spencer Wheeler, and Henshin will be going to the line. So Brady, with 4:01 remaining in this first half, looking to extend Dansville's lead. Only 4 points have been scored in this entire second quarter between the two teams. Mark Sick now in. Jake Criley out. Henshin with a second one on the way and gets it. So Brady Henshin nails one, and the lead is a dozen. And at midcourt, Nate Gardner swats it away into the front row. Reese Dixon's grandma almost ended up with that one in her lap. Sharon Dixon. Stacy down there as well. Midcourt, ball knocked away by Martin, taken by Gardner. Whistle and a foul on Price. That's his third. So, both teams with some major foul difficulties. Mike Binkowski called back to the battle for Bath. And on the line, Nate Gardner with 3:55 left. Inches that one over the lip and gets it to fall. So a 20-7 Dansville lead. Gardner with another one on the way. And got them both. So Dansville with a 21-7 advantage. Mark Sick defensively in the backcourt as Wheeler brings it across midcourt. Left side bounce pass into the corner, right on the give and go. Binkowski tripped up unintentionally by Caleb Knapp, but that's Caleb's second. Excuse me. And Binkowski, is it out of bounds or is it a shooting foul? Apparently he's going to shoot two. So Binkowski, with 3:40 left, looking to inch the Rams a bit closer. Mike's first one, got it. Binkowski, the junior guard. Second one on the way. One of two. Duncan can't get the tip to follow. Henshin with the rebound and Gardner in the backcourt, so 21-8 your score now. Right side, Mark Sick with it. Double teamed out front. Bounce pass to Knapp. Dumps it down low. Reed Martin misfires. Gardner with the offensive rebound. Downtown for three. No good. Rims it out to Spencer Wheeler. 3 minutes left to play in the third. Dansville by 13. As Ezra Hode gives it up on the left side to McLean. Back out front. Backdoor, Binkowski puts it off the glass, no good. Caleb Knapp with a rebound. Right side, Mark Sick with it. Sick leaves it for Gardner in the backcourt. Dansville trying to add to the lead, and now Sick, foul line left outside the arc. Gardner from downtown for three, no good. last touched by the Rams. Looked like Larry Gardner and Reed Martin were battling for that one, but Dansville will put it in play. Caleb Knapp from the left side blocks underneath. Still 21-8. Henshin out front into the paint. Knapp, double team, muscles it off the window, no good, gets his own rebound back. Double team, can't get it to go, but Nate Gardner tips it in. And Dansville wants a timeout. 2:22 left to play in the first half here at the Corral. You're watching boys basketball on DMSN, the Dansville Mustang Sports Network. It's Dansville 23, the Haverling Rams 8. So with a trio of deuces on the timer, Dansville with their largest lead of the ball game to this point at 23-8. But do not count the Rams out. Plenty of time left in this ball game, and lots can happen, and especially seeing both teams have some major foul trouble. The personnel and the complexion of this game can change in a real heartbeat. Hode in the backcourt against the pressure defense. Minkowski works it across. Duncan. Hode in front of the Dansville bench, and now Wright swings at left side corner. Minkowski looking for help. Hode. McLean Wright. High post pass for Duncan. Off the window, no good. Gets the offensive boards back, can't get it to drop. Gets his own offensive rebound again. 3 for a quarter and a foul called. I believe it was Brady Henshin that time. No. Caleb Knapp, that's his third. So Duncan on the line with 1:49 left to play in a 23-8 game. Duncan misfires on the first one. Haverling's 3 points in this period have all come from the free throw line. Make it all 4. Now 23-9, and Anthony Morrow is back. Caleb Knapp sits down, so Anthony will bring the ball inbounds. Gardner facing the pressure from Ezra Hode in the backcourt, brings it across the timeline. Crossover dribble, penetration, underneath shot. Martin blocked by Duncan, and Wright comes away with a loose ball. Good defense by the Rams. 1.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Spencer Wheeler in the corner. Looking down low. Takes it along the baseline. Trapped on the baseline now. Whistle and timeout Rams. 1:19 left to play in the first half. You're watching boys basketball on DMSN. It's Dansville 23, Haverling 9. Well, believe it or not, the girls' game broke double figures, ladies and gentlemen. It's with 1:20 left to play in the first half. It's 14-4 in favor of Dansville. I was worried there for a minute. Super Bowl weekend, and here maybe the score of that JV game might be your final. Dansville 26, Haverling 22. The question is, will it be the Chiefs or the Niners? Now with 1:19 left, the Rams will put the basketball in play underneath on the right-hand side. Spencer Wheeler to get things going. Out front, Ezra Hode. Left side, McLean Wright from downtown, no good. And Nate Gardner with the rebound, forecourt, left side. It's Reed Martin going all the way for the shot to score, and one. Reed Martin with a 2+1 opportunity on the other end with 1:06 showing. Dansville adds to their lead now 25-9, and Martin with 8 points in the game, shooting for 9. Now Reed, the line, gets it. So 26-9 in favor of the Dansville Mustangs. Ball stolen by Martin. Repeat performance, can't get it to go. Gardner with a tip, he can't get it to go. Rebound out front, Mark Sick gives it up. Martin underneath again, in the paint, spins left, shot off the window, no good. Larry Duncan finally collects it after 3 chances, and Dansville can't get it to fall. Out front, Ezra Hode in the forecourt. Left side wing in the corner, Spencer Wheeler with Henshin on him. Low post pass, double team, triple team. Hode, cross-court pass picked off by Reed Martin. Martin up the floor, gives it up to Gardner, gets it back to Martin, but Martin was on the end line. Nice transition and a nice baseline feed, but your foot can't be on the line. So with 21 ticks of the timer left in his first half, Haverling will put the ball in play in the backcourt in hopes of gathering a little bit of momentum heading into the second half. Hode has it. Pressured by Sick, into the double team, out front, Binkowski, right side baseline, shot off the window and in for Bryce Jarbo. Jarbo with 10 seconds left makes it 26-11. Gardner with a shot at the buzzer, no good. We've come to the end of one half of play here at the Corral in boys basketball. Your score on DMSN, the Dansville Mustang Sports Network, it's Dansville 26, Haverling 11.
Appleby. Let's give a hand.
I've seen your face before, my friend, but I don't know if you know who I am. Well, I was there and I saw what you did. I saw it with my own 2 eyes, so you can wipe off that grin. I know where you've been. It's all been a pack of lies. And I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, well I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord, I can feel it
halftime here at the Mustangs Corral on senior night, where Dansville holds a 26-11 lead at the end of 2 periods of play. The Mustangs got off to a pretty good start, although they were only 4 of 9 from the free throw line in that first quarter. They mounted themselves an 11-point lead, 16-5 at the end of 1 period of play, and managed to add to that in the second quarter, but it took a while before either team really got going in that second period. And of course, foul difficulties has been the big story of the first half. Taking a look inside the numbers for Dansville, they have been led by Nate Gardner and Reed Martin, who both have 9 points apiece. It'll be interesting to see if Nate Gardner is back for the second half. I don't see him out there. He turned an ankle on the very last play of the first half. So he may not be available for the Mustangs in the second half. We'll see. Taking a look for the Haverling Rams, I always mentioned Reed Martin and Nate Gardner with 9 apiece, Reese Dixon with 5, Ivan Wolf-Mayalki with 2, and Brady Henshin with 1. Haverling, Larry Duncan with 4, McLean Wright with 3, Bryce Jarbo with 2 and 1 apiece for Michael Binkowski and Gavin Price. Haverling 6 of 12 from the line in the first half. Dansville 8 of 13. Foul situation for Dansville. Ivan Wolf-Mayalki and Caleb Knapp with 3 each. Reese Dixon with 2. Reed Martin and Anthony Morrow with 1 each. Haverling, Gavin Price with 3. Ezra Hode with 2. Larry Duncan, Spencer Wheeler, and Mike Binkowski with 1. JV game went Haverling's way, 51-36. The JV Rams were paced by Eric Carney Hendricks with 20 points, Owen Burlingame with 8, Bentley Decker with 12, Drew Spears with 4, 3 for Connor Binkowski, 2 for Xavier Roost, and 2 for Kellen Sturmol, who hit one at the buzzer. The Dansville JVs were led by Clayton Rigdon's 18 points, Cody Moran with 13, Gavin Halbert with 4, and Sean Everett with 1. Girls basketball at the half in the Southern Tier seat in Bath. It's Dansville 19, Haverling 4 at the intermission. Now, third quarter action set to get underway here. Dansville with a 15-point advantage, but I'm sure Dave Moody reminded them about what happened when Leroy was here a week or so ago. And Leroy shot up a storm late in that fourth quarter to overtake Dansville and go home with a win. So Ezra Hode gets things going for the Rams out front. Jake Hagedorn into the ball game. Shot no good. And whistle jump it up, they say. And Dansville gets it back on the alternate possession. So Hagedorn in the ball game for the first time for John Van Sciver's group. Yet we do not see Nate Gardner on the Dansville bench at all. Reese Dixon pushing it up the floor, taken away by Price. Right side, Binkowski for the shot and the score. So Binkowski with a deuce at 7:35. It's 26-13. Dansville with a lead. Out front, Reed Martin into the paint. Underhand scoop, can't get it to drop. Rebound, Hagedorn. See if Dansville is a different team. Gardner now sitting on the Dansville bench. Downtown, it's Hode, no good. Reese Dixon can't corral it. The ball out of bounds to Dansville. 7:08 showing on the third quarter timer, so we'll see if Nate Gardner reports back into the game or not. Martin in the backcourt. Keeps the dribble alive. Ahead on the left side, Brady Henshin takes it across. Left side corner, Anthony Morrow. High post pass, Mayalki in the paint. Double pump fake is fouled. And if it's Price, that's his fourth. And I believe it is. if I'm not mistaken. So on the line, Ivan Wolf-Mayalki. 6:55 showing in the third. Dansville looking for their first points of the second half, and they're not going to get it there. Bryce Jarbo is back for Haverling, as Gavin Price checks out with his fourth. So Ivan gets one of two, and it's a 27-13 Dansville advantage. Left side, Hagedorn in the corner. Over the top opposite, Binkowski for three, no good. Rebound, tip back out front, chased down. Jumping up, they're going to say, as Henshin and Hode get together with it. Possession arrow favors the Rams. Hode carrying on a conversation with the official. Was there a foul called on that? Apparently there was. That's Hode's third. And quickly, Spencer Wheeler is in, Hode is out. So the foul difficulties continue to mount for both of these ball clubs. Ivan Wolf-Mayalki to Reed Martin in the backcourt. Across the timeline, left side corner, it's Henshin. They look to the right, Martin to the left. Henshin, foul line extended left side, and now on top, they'll swing it right side for Martin. Martin cutting into the lane, underhand scoop of the left-hand side, no good. Ball out of bounds to Haverling. Last touch by the Mustangs. Haverling finishes their season at home next Tuesday night against Livonia. Dansville does the same. They will be at home Tuesday night against Avon, and we'll have it for you live right here on DMSN, the Dansville Mustangs Sports Network. And Nate Gardner heads back to the locker room, so that's not a good sign for Dansville. Ivan Wolf-Mayalki off of the rebound. Ball tipped away, taken away. Jarbo with it, right side. Running one-hander, no good. Rebound, Duncan tries to tip it up, no good. Mayalki, forecourt pass picked off by Jarbo. Back out front, Hagedorn penetrates in the paint. Underhand scoop, gets it to fall. Jake Hagedorn with a bucket, 5.5 left to play. 27-15 Dansville. Ivan Wolf-Mayalki at midcourt, traveling called, and they turn it over. So the turnover gives the Rams the basketball back and an opportunity to knock it down to maybe 10 or less with 5:22 showing. Right side corner, it's Duncan with Morrow on him. And now Binkowski swings it left side. Down low, shot up. Foul on Ivan Wolf-Mayalki from behind. That's his fourth. Duncan to the line. Caleb Knapp will be back. So 5:08 on the clock. And Duncan cannot get the first one to drop. Caleb Knapp in, Nate Gardner in, and we'll see how functional Nate is on that twisted ankle, which is probably heavily taped. And the second one on the way, and he gets one of two. 5 points for Duncan. 27-16. Timeout Dansville. 5:08 left to play in the third. You're watching boys basketball on DMSN, the Dansville Mustangs Sports Network. It's Dansville 27, Haverling 16. The blue and white have outscored Dansville 5-1 in the first 3 minutes of this third quarter. And putting the pressure on Dansville here at home as Nate Gardner back in the ball game, and we'll see how functional he will be. Ball comes inbounds. Henshin in the backcourt. Ahead to Dixon, and now thrown away at midcourt. And Haverling gets the ball back off of the unforced turnover. So down by 11. A field goal for the Rams here can put them inside of that double-digit bubble, which so many teams gather that momentum. Whistle, foot was on the line, and Jarbo took that pass and his foot was on the line, and Dansville gets the ball back. The question is, what can they do with the turnover? Gardner handles the ball for the first time in the second half on the questionable ankle across midcourt. Gives it up left side, Reed Martin. Thought about the three, gives it up out front, Reese Dixon. Caleb Knapp, back door, all alone, can't get the shot to fall, and Duncan with the rebound. If they'd have saw him the first time, maybe. A little late in getting him the basketball. Knapp almost comes up with a steal, and Duncan from the outside, no good. Dixon with a rebound, forcing it up the floor, is fouled in the backcourt by Duncan. That's his second. 4:13 left to play here in the third, 27-16. Dansville trying to safeguard that lead. Inbounds on the left side, Nate Gardner. Ahead now to Dixon. Back in the middle, Duncan picks it off, gives it up right side. Spencer Wheeler with a short jumper, got it. So Spencer Wheeler with the bucket. 3:56 left, and it's 27-18. Haverling with a steal in the bucket. Wheeler with a steal in the score. Timeout, Dansville. 3:48 left to play in the third. The Rams are back, ladies and gentlemen. Your score now, Dansville 27, Haverling 20. So the tide has turned here at the Mustangs Corral in this third quarter, as the Haverling Rams, in the midst of a 9-1 run with 3:48 left to play, and they have closed within 7. Dansville girls, with 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter, lead Haverling 32-8. So Aaron Belden's team vying for that number 2 seed, although they will not get a bye. They will have to play in that first round. Forecourt, Criley has the ball tipped away and taken away by Duncan at midcourt. Binkowski down low to Hagedorn on the baseline. Spins his way baseline right. Puts the shot up, no good. Knapp with the rebound for Dansville. Nate Gardner in the backcourt, double team. Dribbles through trouble out front. Pulls up on top. Gives it up. Criley, right side corner. It's Martin. Nothing down low. Mayalki and now Martin. Gardner on top. Left side wing. It's Criley shooting for 3. Got it from downtown. Criley with a huge three-pointer there. With 3:02 left to play in the third, and it's 30-20. Dansville by double digits again by 10. Down low for Hagedorn, and Reed Martin denies him and tips it out of bounds. Good defensive job done by Reed. Basketball comes back in play for the Rams. 2:52 left to play in the third, so there was plenty of time in this ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Ezra Hode will put it in play. Low blocks on the left. Out front, it's Binkowski. Left side wing, Jarbo looking down low. And now Hode uses up the dribble, and now Hagedorn. Over the top opposite. Ball taken by Hode. Bounce pass taken away by Caleb Knapp. Ahead, it's Nate Gardner on the left-hand side. Pulls up in the paint. Cross-court pass. Too tall that time for Reed Martin. And, of course, Gardner not full strength on that ankle, obviously. Trying to do what he can to notch this Mustang team a victory here in this one. And then if worst comes to worst, he's got until Tuesday to nurse that ankle. Left side, Hagedorn with a dribble drive. Foul on Knapp on the block. So for Caleb Knapp, that's his fourth, and Hagedorn on the line. 2:12 showing on the clock. And again, a 10-point ball game. Hagedorn with 2 points in the ball game, shooting to, they can't get the first one to drop, shooting to get inside that 10-point mark again. Rams had it down to 7 a few moments ago. Jake Hagedorn, the junior forward, gets 1 out of 2, and it's 30-21. Criley, left side, it's Martin. In the middle, it's Nyalki. Whistle and a foul called. I believe it's on Bryce Jarboe. That's his, no, it's on Hode. That's his fourth. So Ezra Hode with his fourth personal foul. And with 2:06 left to play, Ivan Wolf Mayalki will be on the line. Looking to add to Dansville's lead, gets the first one. 4 points in the ball game for Ivan, 31-21. Got one more on the way. And got it. So Ivan buries them both, and it's a 32-21 Dansville lead. Hode in the forecourt on the right. Cross-court pass knocked away by Reed Martin as Martin tried to secure it. It squirted away. Rams get the possession back. 2 minutes left to play in the third. Dansville by 11 at 32-21. Hode out front on top, Binkowski. Hode shooting 3, short. Rebound in the paint. Duncan blocked by Martin. Rebound, Jake Criley. Criley weaves his way up the floor. Left side, Martin sneaks free for the shot and the score. Nice pass by Criley, nice finish by Martin. 137, and it's 34-21. Forecourt, it's Duncan laying one in on the other end for the Rams. Duncan answers with 125, and they get a steal in the forecourt. 34-23, right side Binkowski. Exits the arc. Big rainbow to Hagedorn. Shooting 3, no good. Long rebound, tipped out of bounds by the Rams. And Dansville gets it back. 1:09 left. Criley out. Henshin back for Dansville. Gardner in the backcourt. Henshin and Gardner. Dribbles it ahead. Gardner breaks the timeline, cuts down the lane, underhand scoop, a whistle, and a foul called on his way to the bucket. And that's on Hode, and he's done. So Hode fouls out with 57 seconds left in the third. McLean Wright is back. And Nate Gardner, bad ankle and all, on the free throw line. 34-23, still 34-23. Gardner with 9 points in the ball game. Nate, second one on the way. Got it. So 10 points for Nate Gardner in the game. The lead is 12. Bounce pass underneath, ball dislodged, and jumping up. Timeout Rams. 49 seconds left to play. You're watching boys basketball on DMSN, the Dansville Mustang Sports Network. Your score in the third with 49 seconds left. It's Dansville 35, Haverling 23. So Ezra Hode has exited the game for the Rams with his 5th foul. Gavin Price for the Rams has 4. On Dansville's side, Caleb Knapp and Ivan Wolfmayalki each have 4. 49 seconds left to play in number 3, and it's Dansville by a dozen, and it's Rams basketball. Pinkowski gets the action underway. McLean right, and now Jake Hagedorn spinning his way into the paint, knocked away. Jumping up, they're going to say, as Nate Gardner and Hagedorn get tied up, but it'll be Rams basketball on the alternate possession. In case you just joined us, Haverling won the JV game 51-36. Dansville won the JV girls game 26-22 down in Bath. On top, McLean Wright gives it up. Hagedorn trying 3. Got it! Jake Hagedorn with a big 3-pointer right there with 29 seconds left. 35-26. That gets them within 9. Ahead, right side baseline. Knapp with a shot off the window and gets it to drop. Caleb Knapp with 16 seconds left. 37-26. Dansville by 11. Haverling trying to waste the clock away. Hagedorn leaves it on top for Wright. 5 seconds left. The left-hand side with 2. He's not going to get the shot off. Nope. So we've come to the end of 3 here at the Corral on DMSN. You're scoring boys basketball. It's Dansville 37, Haverling 26. So fourth quarter action set to get underway here at the Corral. Dansville heads down the stretch with an 11-point lead. Same lead they had at the end of 1, 16-5. They led by 15 at the half. And that's the largest margin they have had. The Rams have sliced into it a couple of times and gotten it down to as few as 7. Can John Van Sciver's team do the same here in the fourth? Nate Gardner in the backcourt, guarded by Binkowski on that bad ankle, has the ball taken away out front. Hagedorn runs the floor with it for the Rams. On top, right, high post bounce pass. Hagedorn has the ball dislodged, picks up the loose ball, lob pass underneath. Duncan with a shot, no good, but a whistle and a foul, and I believe Mayalki's done. Or is it? No, it's Caleb Knapp who is done. So Knapp, with his 5th, checks out. So with 7:37 left, Caleb Knapp exits. Larry Duncan goes to the line, looking to try and reduce the Rams' deficit from 11. Duncan, no good. On the first one, he'll get one more. 37-26. Dansville with the lead. And gets one of two. So 37-27, 10-point game again. Henson in the backcourt, in with Gardner. Gardner ahead to Reese Dixon. Right side corner, it's Reed Martin. Left-hand shot blocked by Duncan, gets his own rebound back. Out front, Gardner keeps the dribble alive and counts the clock down some. 7-12 time on Dansville's side, leading by 10 with 7, and now Dave Moody calls timeout. 7:08 left to play in the ball game. You're watching boys basketball on the Dansville Mustangs Sports Network. Your score, Dansville 37, Haverling 27. Break the huddle in front of the Haverling bench. Dave Moody and his ball club trying to hang on to a 10-point lead after winning by 14 in Bath earlier this year. But now, with some foul trouble and Nate Gardner playing on a hurt ankle, that throws a little kink in the Mustangs' giddy-up, if you will. Gardner will put it in play from the near sideline. Reese Dixon out front. And now Gardner left side for three. No good. Rims it out left side. And Larry Duncan with the rebound for Haverling. 10-point game. Rams in the forecourt. Left side Hagedorn in front of the Rams bench. Exploits the baseline. Shot up and in. Jake Hagedorn bringing the Rams to life here in this second half. 37-29, Dansville. Gardner out front. Directing traffic, leaves it for Reese Dixon. Gardner in the left side corner. Over the top, Mayalki from the foul line. Got it! Ivan Wolf Mayalki with a huge jumper at the free throw line. 6:19, and it's 39-29. Dansville by 10 again. Hagedorn double team, spins left. On top, it's Duncan. Foul line jumper, no good. Price with the rebound, no good. Back out front, it's Duncan with a shot and the score. Duncan with the bucket with 5:57 left. 39-31, Dansville. Gardner takes it across the timeline. Looking for help. Gets it from Brady Henson. Returns it out front. Mayalki again from the free throw line. No good. This time Duncan with the defensive boards. Rams get it back with plenty of time left. 5:33 left. And the deficit for Haverling is 8. Right side. Right. In the corner, Price. On top, left side, Hagedorn. Drops back for three, no good. Long rebound, chased down by Wright. Rams get it back. Lob pass underneath for Hagedorn. Double teamed on the baseline, shot off the glass, no good. Ball taken away by Nate Gardner. Gardner pushing it up the floor, bad ankle and all, goes coast to coast with a shot and the score. Gardner with a bucket. Timeout Rams. One of the Rams is down on the other end of the floor, and it's Larry Duncan. So Gardner, timeout on the floor. 5 minutes left to play in the ball game. With your score now, Dansville 41, Haverling 31. So Larry Duncan down for the Rams. We've seen too many injuries, etc., in high school sports, and right now, Dansville trainer Linzer helps Duncan up and walking off under his own power, and hopefully okay. And not sure if he will return to this game or not, but now walking over to the bench and sitting himself, so that's an encouraging sign. Exactly 5 minutes left to play in the game as Nate Gardner, a little bit of adrenaline flowing on that last coast-to-coast steal, going end-to-end for the bucket. 10-point lead for the Dansville Mustangs as the Rams put it in play, heading down the stretch run. Right side, McLean right on a give and go. Binkowski left side bounce pass, shot and score for Gavin Price. Price with a bucket with 4:42 left, 41-33. Gardner gives it up. Left side, it's Reese Dixon for three. Got it! Reese Dixon with a big three-pointer there with 4:26 left. 44-33, Dansville by 11. Big bucket by Reese Dixon. Down low, it's Hagedorn, spinning baseline, shooting and scoring again. Hagedorn with a bucket at 4:08, 44-35. Martin puts it back up off the offensive rebound and is fouled, and if it is Price, he is done, and it is. So Gavin Price checks out with 4:02 left to play with 3 points on the night. Reed Martin on the free throw line, looking to extend Dansville's 9-point lead. So back in the ball game, Spencer Wheeler for the Rams. And Reed Martin, who has 11 in the ball game, looking for his first points here in the fourth quarter. And has it. Reed has scored in each of the 4 quarters now on the night. 12 for Martin. Gets the lead back to 10. Looking to make it 11, and no. Out of bounds it goes. So the lead will remain 10 with 4 minutes left to play at the midway point of this fourth quarter. Rams to host Livonia in their final game on Tuesday. Dansville is back here against a tough Avon opponent. The Riverhawks will be in here Tuesday night, so will we here on DMSN. Hope you'll join us then. Downtown, McLean right, no good. Reed Martin lets it trickle out of bounds, wastes an extra second away. Dansville gets the basketball either way. Gardner and Dixon in the backcourt. In the middle, Mayalki down the middle of the floor. Left side underhand scoop pass. Reed Martin with a reverse layup for the bucket. Martin with 3:27 left, 47-35 Dansville. Right side wing. McLean right, leaves it for Binkowski in the corner. Bounce pass underneath, picked off. Out front by Brady Henshin. Leaves it right side, Reese Dixon. Cuts inside, shoots, can't get it to go. Tipped up and in by Ivan Wolf-Mayalki. So Ivan with the tip in. 3:03 left to play. And it's 49-35 Dansville. And getting up gingerly, Spencer Wheeler to the Rams bench. Andrew Gardner, the junior power forward, in now for John Van Sciver's team. Both these teams getting banged up tonight in this ball game. Not the time for that to happen here at the end of the season with the postseason right around the corner. Timeout Rams, 2:58 left to play in the ball game. You're watching boys basketball on DMSN. Your score, Dansville 49, Haverling 35. Well, the question mark remains for the Dansville Mustangs as we head down the stretch run here. Can they safeguard a 14-point lead with 3 minutes left to play? Well, 3 minutes in high school basketball can be an eternity, so we will see. 49-35, Dansville has led by as many as 15 in the ball game. That was back at the end of the first half, 26-11. Check that. They led 26-9, so actually 17 is their largest lead of the night. That came with 1:06 left to play in the first half. Hagedorn out front with it. Left side, backs his way into the paint, shot no good. Mayalki with the rebound. 10 points in the second half for Jacob Hagedorn. We didn't even see him in the first half. On top, Mayalki left side, Gardner looking down low, nothing there. High post pass, Reese Dixon, short jumper, no good. Whistle and a foul called out front. And I believe it was on Andrew Gardner, and it is. That's his first. And Dixon on the line with 2:33 left to play. Reese looking to add to the Dansville lead and cannot do so on the first one. He'll get one more. Reese with 8 points in the ball game. Can't get either one to go, and Gardner with a rebound for the Rams. Final in girls basketball, Dansville 37, Haverling 26. Right side corner, McLean Wright, no good. Rebound to the Rams as Reed Martin touched it last. So 37-26, the Dansville Lady Mustangs emerge with a win tonight. Inbounds out front. On top, Binkowski for three. No good. Reed Martin tracks it down for Dansville in the forecourt. Gets underneath. Brings it out front. Picked off by McLean Wright with the steal. Left side, it's Hagedorn with 2 minutes left to play. Trapped in the corner. Over the top opposite, Binkowski. Left side bounce pass underneath. Shot up and in for Bryce Jarbo. Jarbo with a bucket with 1:47 left, 49-27. Gardner floating in the paint, no good. Rebound, Jarbo. Jarbo ahead, left side, Binkowski gets it to fall. Mike Binkowski with 5 in the ball game, whistle in the backcourt. It's going to be on Binkowski, that's his second. So 49-39 with 1:41 left to play. Reed Martin checks out. Brady Henshin back in for Dansville. Dansville by 10 with a minute and a half left. Gardner at midcourt floats it up there to Reese Dixon. Downtown for three, no good. Long rebound chased down by the Rams. Jarbo ahead to Hagedorn. Hagedorn cutting, shooting, and scoring on the other end. Hagedorn with 1:12 left makes it a 49-41 game. Nate Gardner out front, trying to waste some of the time away. He is fouled by Binkowski. That's his third. Jake Criley in. Reese Dixon out. As Dave Moody trying to substitute all the seniors and get their final ovation on senior night. Dansville could possibly host a first-round sectional game, depending upon where they wind up seated. Jake Criley now right side, Nate Gardner. Gardner fouled from behind by Jake Hagedorn. That's his first. Or check it, they've whistled it on Binkowski. Binkowski's fourth. And Nate Gardner on the free throw line with 47 seconds left to play. Dansville by 8 at 49-41. Gardner misfires on the first one. Mark Sick in. Anthony Morrow out. So Nate Gardner, the final piece of the puzzle. He nails one, so makes it a 50-41 ball game. Downtown Hagedorn, no good, gets his own rebound back in the corner, loses it in the paint, muscles it down, puts it up and in, and a foul called. Hagedorn with a 2+1 with 37 seconds left. It's 50-43. As now Reed Martin will check in as Ivan Wolf-Mayalki called for the foul. And he checks out with 37 seconds left and 9 points. So Reed Martin back in, Mark Sick also in. Hagedorn on the line looking to complete a three-point play and making it a 6-point game with 37 seconds left, and he does. Timeout Rams, 37 seconds left to go in the ball game. Your score, Dansville 50, Haverling 44. Well, we'll find out exactly how long 37 seconds can be here in high school basketball, as the Haverling Rams have closed to within a half dozen, and 37 seconds is plenty of time heading down the stretch run. And of course, both of these teams have had a couple of folks foul out. Gavin Price and Ezra Hode for Haverling. Caleb Knapp and Ivan Wolf-Mayalki for Dansville. So the Rams will unquestionably be going for the steal or the foul. And the key for the Dansville Mustangs right now is if they are at the line, they've got to make the Rams pay. In this quarter alone, Dansville only 2 out of 6 from the free throw line. So Jake Criley will put the ball in play. 37 seconds left. Dansville by 6. Brady Henshin in the backcourt, puts it on the floor. Whistle and a foul on Mike Binkowski. Binkowski is done. He checks out with 5 points. And with 32 seconds left, Brady Henshin on the line, trying to help Dansville ice the cake in this one. Henshin, 1 point in the ball game. It came from the line in the second quarter. And he nails the first one. So the sophomore forward makes it a 7-point lead now. Henshin with the second one on the way. And no good. Rebound to the Rams. 51-44. Wheeler out front. It's Hagedorn for 3. Downtown, short of the mark. Rebound loose out front. Rams get it back with 19. Right side, it's Hagedorn again for three. In and out. Rebound, Jake Criley with 12 seconds left. Gardner ahead, whistle and a foul called in the backcourt on Hagedorn. And it looks like it's going to be Nate Gardner going to the line with 8 seconds left to go. So Dansville will win it. The question is, by how much? So Nate Gardner on the line. First one up, got it. That makes it an 8-point advantage. Now the Mustangs survive a scare from the Rams here tonight as Gardner buries them both and makes it 53-44 with 6. Downtown, no good. Rebound, no good. And that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. The Dansville Mustangs hold off the Haverling Rams late here at the Corral. Your final score tonight in boys basketball on DMSN, the Dansville Mustang Sports Network. Dansville 53, Haverling 44. We'll be back to wrap it up for you in just a moment.
Where it began, I can't begin to know, but then I know it's growing strong. Was in the spring, and spring became summer. Would the leaf become along? Touching hand, reaching out, touching me, touching me.
So hard to believe we head down the stretch run of the 2023-24 high school basketball campaign. Both of these teams with just one game remaining, both of them next Tuesday. And here in Livingston County Division I action tonight on DMSN, the Dansville Mustangs survive a late scare by the Haverling Rams. 53-44, Dansville emerges victorious after having an early lead in the ball game of as many as 17. And they've seen it shrink to as few as 6 late in this basketball game. And other than foul trouble and an injury to Nate Gardner at the point, Dansville had to hold off a mad charge by the Rams in this ball game to win it 53-44. Taking a look inside the numbers for the Dansville Mustangs, they were led by Nate Gardner, bad ankle and all. 15 points on the night. Reed Martin finishing with 14. Ivan Wolf-Mayalki with 9. Reese Dixon with 8. Jacob Criley with 3. Brady Henshin and Caleb Knapp with 2 apiece as Dansville went 17 of 29 from the free throw line here tonight. Meanwhile, the Haverling Rams were paced by Jacob Hagedorn's 15 second half points. He scored all 15 in the second half. Larry Duncan, who left with an injury and never returned in the second half, he finished with 10 in the ball game. 5 for Michael Binkowski, 4 for Bryce Jarbo. Gavin Price contributed 3, as did McLean Wright for the Rams in this one here tonight. The Rams 10 of 19, just over 50% from the free throw line in this one. So Haverling slips to 6-13 as they head home to host the Livonia Bulldogs in their final regular season contest on Tuesday night. Meanwhile, the Dansville Mustangs improved to 9-10 on the season with a chance to finish at the 500 mark, but that certainly would take a yeoman effort on Tuesday night. We'll have to find out when it happens as the Avon Riverhawks are in town, and we'll have the game for you live here on DMSN, the Dansville Mustangs Sports Network. Hope you will be with us then. Our final score again just in from the Dansville girls game. Dansville defeated Haverling tonight by a final score of 37-26. Our thanks to the good Lord above for giving us another great night of high school sports action here on DMSN, the Dansville Mustangs Sports Network. God willing, you'll be with us on Tuesday night when we wrap the regular season up. The Avon Riverhawks and the Dansville Mustangs right here in boys basketball. Hope you'll join us then. Our thanks also to our producer-engineer, Mike Birmingham. This is Frank Williams saying so long from the corral here in Dansville. Your final score tonight in boys basketball. The Dansville Mustangs 53, the Haverling Rams 44. Good night, everybody.